What you cooking up?
All right, so we know that's my that's what I got coming out eventually. The Chicago Tales. I'm still working on it, trying to see what angle I'm gonna go with. Right. I just want to chime in on the Ray J. You know, he says health, his heart is at 25%. Um, he's in the hospital, but he's still promoting. They say he's still promoting certain things. My thing about it, right, and I'm gonna keep it a dollar, right. Ray J, and of course we know he surpassed Brandy. We know Brandy as a artist, the Moesha. We know he was great. Brandy was Ray J's big sister. He was known as Brandy's little brother. And he kind of spurred off and got his own lane. He did the One Wish, singing. Then he did the Love and Hip Hop, what really kind of brought him up to status. And he was just he messed around with Floyd, but he been in. Ray J got a lot of skeletons in his closet. And he recently came out and said Diddy was hitting them back pockets, you know, whether he playing or not. But he didn't know he's been recorded. Like, you recording me? But who play like that as a man? I'm gonna say this, right? Ray J got a lot of skeletons in his closet. He's a cheater, which he cheated on Princess Love. He just no good. He's in the industry. He's an industry dude. And I think something came up to even before what he said about Diddy, that he was he was messing with men within the industry. That's when the Suge Knight, he tried to go on Suge Knight. I think that came out when Suge Knight was doing the Death Row Jail calls, something like that. But that came out and he tried to come in and say some things about Suge Knight, saying that he was doing this and that, which never came out, and I don't believe, But Ray J, on the other hand, he do got a feminine type, gesture. I believe that Ray J was messing with men within the industry. Right now, it's some talk that he got hands in on Whitney Houston death. I said some talks, talks that I believe. I'm not saying it's true, but I strongly believe it. It's a lot of things came out surrounding Whitney Houston death with her drowning, and it's like, even with her daughter, it's like he dealing with Clive Davis, and we know Whitney Houston was under Clive Davis. You seen that from the movie, but you just know these things. So he definitely was an industry, puppet. But now he's doing bad, and I'm gonna be honest. I really can't feel sorry for him. I just can't. I don't have a problem with him. I don't dislike him. I'm not saying, man, yeah, that's good. I'm not saying that. I'm not like Charlton White. I don't like, because I don't, he kind of he babbling a little too much, and I don't like how he did with the little Ronnie and his daughter when he said F little Ronnie daughter. I ain't like that. Again, like I say, my daughter's 6 years old. I don't condone that type of action. But again, Ray J, I don't feel bad because he got what he got coming, But again, I don't have a problem with him. I like Ray J. I just don't feel bad for him. It's like you can like a person like, oh yeah, he cool. I ain't got no problem with him. But something happened to him, like, wow, that's crazy. Got to get it together, bro. It's kind of one of them things. So I don't really feel bad for Ray J. You build up, the merit points, and at the end of the day, you count your chips and see what you accomplish. And all his chips that's been piling up just been devious. It's been dark. It's a lot of dark things going on. He definitely, again, got some skeletons in his closet that we do and don't know about. But his life been pretty much broadcast because he played on Moesha too, you know. But I'm just saying, like, I can't feel bad for him. If he wished to pass, that's because he had it coming. Let me tell you something. The Bible said, "What's in the dark shall come to light." Sure, night. It's coming back out now that he got something to do with Tupac. And I'm not saying a lot of talk coming out from Jamila, uh, um, Tupac cousin, on the Art of Dialogue, that Suge is kind of foul. So things kind of transpiring later, 30 years later. things that wasn't coming out then because everybody feared for their life, right? But what I'm saying is, even, back then, you know, people had thoughts that Suge had hands in on the Tupac assassination, right? Now, Suge ended up going to jail and he got a hefty sentence. Now, due to that, due to that, that could have been an act of God. Like, yeah, I know what you done. Maybe certain people know what you done, but I definitely know what you done. So I know it's hidden from the world, it's not hidden from me. And you'll pay for that one way or the other. One way or the other. You might not get hit directly for that assassination, but something else can come up to where you can get hit. Certain, like with the OJ, okay, he beat the murder with Nicole, but they got him on something else, And it's like, I mean, that just how the ball rolls sometimes. Now, I hope he recover. I don't wish bad on no man. I don't, because if you start judging right now, then maybe you should also be judged right now. See, the problem with people, we judge as soon as something happen. If you can see something happen, you be like, oh no, he gotta die or he need to go to jail. Like, get him, it's a lot of, you can just look on social media now and they'll say that, yeah, this guy's accused of doing this and doing that, and you ready to convict him already. You ain't heard his side, the man ain't had his day in court, none of that. And I see that a lot. You only hear one side of the story. The Bible say let two or more witnesses establish a matter to be true. You just hear one side of the story and go off of it, especially when the news dispense it. They always giving you a narrative. They edit and cut a lot of stuff and make it look like, wow, never the full story. So, pray for his recovery. We know he put the gun out. Princess Love boyfriend. He's supposed to be this tough guy, but it's just kind of weird of all of a sudden right after that, he end up in the hospital. I'm telling you, these Hollywood, when you start dealing with Hollywood, they got a lot of handlers. They got a lot of things. Before I close, I was watching this movie. I'm not sure what the movie it was, but it was it was some type of movie dealing with government, and this lady was dealing with a certain guy, and this guy ended up, I believe, he murdered her husband or something like that, and kind of got away with it. Kind of got away with it, and she knew what had happened. And so, I guess he was flaunting in her face this and that. And one day he had to go do a meeting, right? And he was going up the stairs of like whatever the city hall they had, and she was coming downstairs, and she had like a little syringe. And when she walked past him, she, hit him real quick and kept going, real quick, right? And whatever was in there gave that man a heart attack. He started, he fell out, on the steps, and didn't nobody know what happened because she did it real quick. She walked past him, had some sunglasses on and a wig, and walked down. When he walking up, she real quick, and that's it. It was all she wrote. So they definitely got things like that they can hit you with, and your health can go from good to worse right away. So again, I pray for his recovery. Hopefully he get past this. But again, if he don't get past this, I just won't feel bad, because again, the Whitney Houston situation, I strongly believe he had hands in on it. And if you do a lot of your digging, you'll see his name tied to a lot of things that happened in Hollywood that was devious. His name is tied to a lot of that. I ain't don't get into it, but maybe it's time for him to pay the piper, man. But hey, as I say, I want y'all to like and subscribe. I'm a double back. We're gonna do some more content. I just want to chime in on this one though. I'm saying, y'all be good, man. Leave a comment, leave a like, and please subscribe. Thanks.